Honorable député de Nipissing, Timiskaming.
Madame la Présidente, I rise to recognize the vital role Canada's independent automotive repair sector plays in my riding of Nipissing, Timiskaming. Independent service technicians and repair shops help keep vehicles safe, reliable, and on the road. For households already working hard to make ends meet, a vehicle out of service for days can mean missed shifts and lost income. Local, highly skilled repair businesses, including those serving rural and northern communities like Nipissing, Timiskaming, helps Canadians get back behind the wheels quickly and affordably. I had the opportunity to meet with members of the Automotive Industries Association of Canada, who spoke about the importance of fair access to vehicle repair information and tools. Strong progress on the right to repair helps ensure consumers continue to have choice, affordability, and timely repairs, especially as vehicles become more complex. We welcome them to Ottawa.
The honourable member for Parkland.
Madam Speaker, earlier this year, one of hockey's most legendary goaltenders passed away. Glenn Hall was a true prairie boy and throughout his life abided by the values of hard work, humility, and determination. He is survived by his children, grandchildren, and many friends. In the 1955 season, Glenn made his NHL debut, earning the Rookie of the Year. In 1961, he won the Stanley Cup, earning the nickname Mr. Goalie. And in 1967, he earned the Conn Smythe Trophy, a rare feat for a player whose team did not win the Stanley Cup. A three-time Vezina Trophy winner, Glenn changed the game of hockey forever through his butterfly style of goaltending. And in 2017, he was honored as one of the 100 greatest NHL players of all time. A farmer, avid hunter, and sport shooter, Glenn was a pillar of the Stony Plain and area community. Our local arena is even named in his honor. He will be sorely missed, and his impact on the sport of hockey in the community of Stony Plain will not be forgotten.
The honourable member for Ottawa Centre.
Thank you, Speaker. Today we celebrate an interpreter whose voice will be instantly recognizable to members in this House. Over his 30-year career, Peter Douglas has also been the voice of Francophone leaders for 10 different leaders' debates and interpreted numerous budget and speeches from the throne. As a professor of conference interpreting at the University of Ottawa since 2007, he has transmitted his vast expertise to numerous cohorts of young interpreters who themselves work on the Hill now. A lawyer by training, Peter also interprets at the Supreme Court of Canada. Peter, you'll be greatly missed, but we know you are eager to spend more time with your beloved dog, Piper, and at the curling rig. Happy retirement.
L'honorable député de Bélantic-l'Érable, la Pinière.
Madame la Présidente, en cette semaine de prévention du suicide, je ne peux passer sous silence le départ le 10 février 2025 de mon fils David. Il avait 28 ans. Son cas n'est pas unique. Au Québec, chaque année, plus de 1000 personnes choisissent de s'enlever la vie. Il y a près de 4000 hospitalisations pour des tentatives de suicide. À tous leurs proches, ma famille et moi, partageons votre peine, votre désarroi, votre colère et surtout le grand vide causé par le suicide de quelqu'un qu'on aime. Je veux aujourd'hui envoyer un message au réseau de la santé pour que les problèmes de santé mentale, ceux qui ne saignent pas, ceux qui rongent par l'intérieur, soient reconnus au même titre qu'une jambe cassée ou un cancer. Que les ressources et l'énergie que l'on consacre pour soigner le corps soient aussi au service des personnes qui souffrent de l'intérieur avant que leur douleur n'atteigne un stade terminal. On ne laisserait pas dans une urgence une personne se vider de son sang en la mettant sur une liste d'attente 6 mois pour une transfusion. Alors pourquoi on laisse souffrir en silence les patients qui ont des blessures qui peuvent être aussi fatales que le cancer? Pour mon fils David, pour notre famille, pour tous ses amis, pour ceux et celles qui souffrent et leurs proches.
Honorable député de Berthier-Basquiloger.
Madame la Présidente, février marque le mois de l'histoire des Noirs qui célèbre au Québec sa 35e édition. C'est sous le thème admirablement bien choisi « Élevons nos voix ensemble » que nous pourrons parler du vivre ensemble au Québec, d'ouverture et de contribution des Québécois et des Québécoises issus des communautés noires. Comme chaque année, toute la population est invitée à une série d'événements mettant en valeur l'histoire, mais aussi la culture, le talent et la fierté des personnes noires au Québec. Si l'événement est à la base dédié à la mémoire, c'est également l'occasion, Madame la Présidente, d'imaginer ensemble notre avenir commun dans un Québec accueillant et pluriel. Au nom du Bloc québécois, j'invite toute la population à se joindre aux activités de Montréal à la Côte-Nord en passant par la Mauricie et je vous souhaite un bon mois de l'histoire des Noirs. Bravo.
The honourable member for Canada.
Madam Speaker, February is Preventative Health Awareness Month, a reminder that the best health care often starts long before someone visits the hospital. Preventative care saves lives, whether it's routine screenings, mental health supports, physical activity, or eating well. Early action helps us stay healthier longer. This week, I attended an event in Canada to help kick off Preventative Health Awareness Month. Originally started by Margaret Wallace Duffy, this initiative has grown into a national movement. In my community, I see firsthand how preventative health initiatives from seniors fitness classes like those led by Susan Kunstad to community resource centers, they help people remain active and connected. So this month, I encourage Canadians to take one small step. Book that appointment, choose one healthy habit to start, and make prevention part of your plan. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The honourable member for Central Newfoundland.
Madam Speaker, on January 23, 2026, 22-year-old Jamal Adem Omar assaulted a Royal Newfoundland Constabulary officer and a civilian employee outside police headquarters in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. He faces charges of aggravated assaults, assaulting a police officer, uttering threats, resisting arrest, and attempting to disarm an officer. Both victims were injured and required medical attention. And the civilian who was injured, Madam Speaker, was a very good friend of mine. You would be devastated if you saw the pictures. Officers and staff at RNC headquarters are devastated and agree that this happened on their own property. They want a safe and secure workplace where police and civilian staff can perform their duties without fear and where they can drop off and pick up their kids at the on-site daycare knowing they're safe. Criminals know the law is on their side. The assault is the result of 10 years of the government's mismanagement of the judicial system. The government must listen to those on the front lines and support our police officers, strengthen protection.
The honourable member for Hamilton Centre.
Madam Speaker, I rise today to highlight how much federal funding has been coming to my riding of Hamilton Centre since we were elected. We delivered $12.2 million to Sakajewa non-profit housing to support Indigenous people facing homelessness. We invested roughly $13 million to build 82 affordable units to tackle the homelessness crisis head-on. In Budget 2025, we committed $25 million to the Downtown Hamilton YMCA to expand mental health and housing support for our most vulnerable. We also announced $950,000 to help expand the Art Gallery of Hamilton. Madam Speaker, that's not all. We provided $100,000 in funding for Hamilton Regional Indian Center, $15,000 for Boys and Girls Club, and $288,000 for Hamilton Region Conservation Authority. While the opposition talks, delays, and divides, but this government delivers.
Member for Saskatoon West.
Madam Speaker, in 2018, Saskatchewan was rocked by the news of 16 tragic deaths in the Humboldt Broncos bus tragedy. Today we learned that the deportation process for the truck driver responsible may finally be ending, as his last bid to stay in Canada has been rejected and the wheels of deportation are now in motion. Our hearts remain with the families and loved ones of the 16 victims who lost their lives and the many more who were injured in this horrific accident. That is exactly why Conservatives tabled amendments to Bill C-12 last fall, to bar individuals convicted of serious crimes from exploiting asylum pathways and avoiding deportations. It is outrageous that a non-citizen charged or convicted of a serious crime could even attempt to avoid removal using the many delay tactics provided by this Liberal government. Falsely claiming refugee status or using other procedural tricks are an insult to the victims of these crimes. Sadly, our reforms were rejected by the Liberals. Just another slap in the face for everyday Canadians by this Prime Minister. Conservatives stand ready to work with the government to close these loopholes and bring true justice to the victims of crime in Canada.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Alors que dans moins de 3 heures, la cérémonie d'ouverture des Jeux olympiques de Milano Cortina risque de nous en mettre plein la vue, on connaît le talent des Italiens pour le spectacle. Je tiens à saluer les athlètes de la délégation canadienne qui vont bientôt nous faire vivre de grands moments d'émotion. Madame la Présidente, saviez-vous que depuis décembre, le visionnement des compétitions de sport féminin C'est dans Hochelag que ça se passe. Et pour cela, je décerne une double médaille d'or à 2 entrepreneuses, Catherine Deslapointe et Caroline Côté, pour avoir imaginé un lieu unique, le Nadia, en hommage à la championne Nadia Comaneci. Le Nadia, c'est un espace qui se dédie à la diffusion et à la célébration du sport féminin. On y entend résonner les noms d'Anne-Renée Desbiens, Marie-Philippe Poulain, Valérie Maltais, Laurie Blouin, et ça me réjouit. Et avouons qu'il n'y a rien comme le sport, particulièrement en affrontement contre les États-Unis, pour attiser notre flamme canadienne. Go, go, go!
The honourable member for Edmonton Northwest.
In Edmonton Northwest, too many warehouses, retail spaces, industrial yards sit empty as Canadians wait for the economy to get better, as confirmed by Stats Canada, which found Canada lost 25,000 jobs last month. But one great organization in my riding is a champion for change. Tribal Chiefs Employment and Training Services, led by Executive Director Eva John Gladue, has been a great example of how Albertans in public and private sectors work together to create pathways